Time to delve into the world of Ikeja Electric so that we can find out some of the latest gist coming from that distribution company. The whole idea behind this campaign is to ensure that they get much in sync with their customers and make things much brighter and better. Ikeja Electric and you, it's courtesy of Ikeja Electric, and it takes off right now. My name is Victor Oteri. All right, so in the past episodes, we've reflected on, how best to manage your energy and then where to report to if you find out that people are stealing energy within your neighborhood. Today, we're going to be taking the dialogue to another level as we try to understand the dynamics of metering services under Ikeja Electric. How do you get a meter when you're moving to a new apartment? Peradventure, the meter you're using is also faulty. What are the steps to take for you to make that process very, very smooth and fast? These are many more we're reflecting on. Plus, we'll be hearing from you. That will be on 080-99-120-777 and 091-53-877127. Of course, we'll also be sending you some latest updates as well as they come in terms of the traffic report. All these and much more will be part of the menu. If you can keep us company from now through 10 o'clock. A brief break, we'll be back.
My brother, what is the problem with these NEPA people? They have disconnected my light again.
There's nothing like NEPA again. It's Ikeja Electric. Did you connect illegally?
I only called one electrician nearby to connect it for me.
What? You and that electrician are joking with 21 years imprisonment. It's illegal to connect or reconnect yourself or carry out any form of activity on Ikeja Electric network. Doing so will not only cause damage, it can lead to electric shock and electrocution.
21 years imprisonment? Electrocution? God forbid. Please, I'm going to contact Ikeja Electric right now for proper connection to stay alive peacefully with my family.
If you want to connect or reconnect light, kindly contact Ikeja Electric's nearest office to you and also report any energy theft you notice around you through Ikeja Electric's customer care numbers 01-488-3900, 01-7000-250 and 0700-022-5543 or send an email to customercare@ikejaelectric.com. Ikeja Electric, bringing energy to life. Hey, have you heard the good news about Ikeja Electric?
What is new this time?
Ikeja Electric has made payment of electricity bills a lot easier through multiple payment channels accessible anywhere, anytime. You can pay using bank mobile apps and websites, Ikeja Electric website, and through their payment agents as well. The payment channels are convenient, reliable, and secure.
Fantastic!
Please pay your bill to avoid disconnection and ensure you collect or print your receipt as evidence of payment. Do not give cash to any Ikeja Electric staff for bill settlement, reconnection fee, meter bypass, or any of the surcharges. For more information, visit www.ikejaelectric.com. You can also contact customer care on 01-700-250 and 01-2272-940 or send an email to customercare@ikejaelectric.com. Ikeja Electric, bringing energy to life.
Lagos Traffic Radio, that is 6.1 FM, Ikeja Electric and you is the program, quickly taking you through the roads. And of course, from our live cameras in the studios, we can also tell you that if you're heading towards the interchange, from there heading to the new garage and Oduyalaro, it's very, very slow. But on the service lane, the main carriageway, even the BRT corridor, very slow too. It's a crawling movement this morning. And we're just wondering what's going on apart from the alternation or perhaps the counterflow at the construction point. Control room, you can keep us posted with that one as well. Yaba corridor, it's moving traffic from Empire towards Jibo underneath the bridge. From there, connecting Herbert Macaulay Way is also a moving one. From Agnes Junction, after the diversion down to Adekunle intersection is good for now. The return journey from Adekunle intersection heading towards Makoko Junction as well as Panti Signal Light, Alagomeji is also very much in good shape for now. No major worries. Good movement as well of vehicles from Alagomeji Signal Light inwards Sabo St. Agnes down to Jibowu underneath the bridge inwards Empire is looking good. That's on the return journey. Jibowu proceeding towards Yaba Phase 1 and Phase 2, and underneath the bridge inwards Moritala Mohammed Way is also looking good. Steady movement as well being experienced from Yaba through the flyover bridge down to Phase 2, and a free flow of traffic in and out of Ojuelegba. All right, then, so you can always share your own travel experience with us too. If you come across any infringement on the road, you can let us know. Let us know what the experience is, and then we can be able to escalate that to another level as well. If you come across any issues, like we do say, you can reach out to us. That's on 080-99-120-777. That's 090-99-120-777. And of course, we'll be able to take that to another level. Okay, so today, like I said, we're going to be understanding the dynamics of metering services under Ikeja Electric. And joining me right now on the phone line is Halimah Shuaibu, who's external communications coordinator for Ikeja Electric. Halimah, it's nice to have you. Good morning.
Good morning, Victor. How are you today? Hope you had a fantastic weekend.
Yes, we did. And you too. I hope it was very good.
Oh, good. Thank you so much. And good morning to our listeners.
Great. All right, so let's start first off. It's been 7 days since we last had this conversation. So how are things faring with Ikeja Electric?
So far, so good, Victor. Everything is looking good. Of course, not without other areas where people have one or two issues, whether relating to their transformer and all of that. But like we always say, our doors are open. So if you have need to complain, please do well to reach out to us, and it will be resolved.
Right. And are people really connecting with you in terms of bringing up those complaints?
Oh, absolutely. We keep getting the complaints, whether from social media or email, and then those who prefer to come in through the walk-in centers. Of course, we're getting the complaints, Victor.
Right. All right, then. So last week, a listener by the name Andrew called and complained about power outages in his area. I think that should be somewhere around Muwo or somewhere or so. And he was stressing that Ikeja Electric was engaging in load shedding within that end. I mean, he even said they've not had light for about 6 weeks or so. So have you had any findings? Are there any feedback for us on that?
Yes. Okay, so as per the area in under Amuwo, so based on the information I have, we haven't got any place that has been out for 6 weeks at a stretch. We don't have that. We had a location where there was a cable fault, and that has been resolved. I don't know if that customer is still listed in. I would like the precise location so that we can actually drill down, because I spoke to the technical person. I also spoke to even the commercial person, of course, and there's no such incident in Amuwo Dolphin where they've been out for 6 straight weeks. We don't have any area like that under the Amuwo Dolphin network. So I'll be glad if Mr. Ezekiel can provide more information. Mr. Andrew, rather, provide us with more information. But information available to me says that we don't have that. We don't have any of such incident under the Amuwo Dolphin network.
Okay. All right, so let's jump in on the subject of discourse this morning. We're talking about metering services. So first off, for those who might not really understand the dynamics of how all of this works, what is an electric meter? Halimah.
Okay. A meter actually is just a device that reads and gives most times an accurate reading of a customer's consumption. Basically, that's what a meter does.
That's just a simple way to analyze it.
Yes, I was being careful when I say accurate, because sometimes it can accurate if data is not functioning properly. But we'll get into all of that as we progress. But basically, the job of the meter is to give a reading of the customer's consumption.
So how does it work?
Okay, you mean?
The meter, how does it work?
Okay, basically the meter has been installed. So once a customer requests for a meter, okay, there's something called a survey. A survey will be after the customer. Okay, so the first process, maybe I should just take you through the process.
Yeah.
So the first thing that the customer needs to do, of course, is to apply for a meter. And how do we do it? We go to the Smart KYC website. So whatever browser you're using, you just go to smartkyc.ikejaelectric.com. Okay, and then you create a username and follow the prompt. If you're a new customer, of course, you request for account creation. If you're an existing customer but you need to separate, there's an instance where you have a meter already existing one and you want to separate. So maybe your neighbor, you are on one meter and you say, okay, you know what, I want to be on my own. That's a separation. So it means that you need to request for an additional account, and that's what we call a separation. Okay. So once you have selected whatever category you belong to, the next step is the meter payment, because this process has been made easy. In fact, it's just a 3-step process. So once you have completed that, but note that while you are requesting for a meter, an additional account, or you are a new user, it's going to pass through some approval levels. So we're going to check if you have an existing account. Once all of that is done, and it's easy and seamless, because once you make that request, it goes straight to the people that will give the approval. That's the people that we refer to as the energy sales supervisor. Right. Once that has been done, straight you go to the payment. This can be done on that website. It has been made easy such that there's no human interaction. That way you're able to complete the process on your own. So once that you've gotten that approval, of course you will get all of this notification on your email to tell you that this has been approved. If it's a case of account creation, you get all of that notification. Right. And that tells you that you should go back to the site, the Smart KYC website, for meter payment. And so the payment, you just click on make payment button, and of course complete the process. And when you now get there, you have an option to choose from which of the vendors. You know, Victor, we have the people referred to as the MAPs. That's the meter asset providers. So these are the people, our third-party vendors who sell the meter. So now we have liberalized it, so to speak, such that the customer is at liberty to choose from which of the MAPs he wants to buy from. So you get there and you are able to decide whether you want to buy from Mojek, whether you want to buy from New Hampshire, right, or whoever it is that you want to buy from. So that's entirely your choice. And it's important at this point to just state the 6 of our maps that we are working with currently, Victor. Right. So we have Mojek. Mojek, a lot of people are familiar with Mojek. Now, when you go to that site, you're not only going to be seeing meters from Mojek, you're also going to be seeing from our partners who we refer to as the MBH Power. We also have Aries Electric. We have the CIG, which a lot of people refer to as Conlog. Okay. We now also have the NHC, and then we have Pactim. These are the 6 map partners that we have on our platform. That's the Ikeja Electric Map, the Smart KYC platform, right, where customers can choose from. And it's important to note that, Victor, the prices vary. So what we're just saying is that everything is now in the hands of the customer. So you determine the vendor to buy from. You also determine the price, because you go there and you see the prices and you make a choice.
All right. So we'll still get back to that, and then people can understand this better. But Halimah, are all electric meters the same, or do we have different types of meters?
Oh yes. We have a different type of meters, and I think I'll categorize it into 2. What we refer to as the MD and the non-MD meters. So what I mean non-MD meters is non-maximum demand meters. Usually used by residential customers, or customers who do not have significant fluctuation in terms of their demand. So usually residential customers don't draw that much energy, if you understand what I mean. And then you now have the maximum demand customers, who are industrial customers, who are usually very high demand customers. And how do we determine who falls under a maximum demand customer?
Yeah, tell me.
Okay. So this is dependent on your load, the load that you draw from the grid, which is usually at 45 kilowatts. 45 kilovolts. Okay, so right, if you are drawing that much, okay, if you are drawing that much from the grid or above, so it's pegged at 45 kVA and above. Okay, so it is either equal to. So how do you even know that your load is what you are drawing is 45 kVA and above?
How do I know?
You need to get our people to come take what we call a load reading. They come clamp your load and they tell you that you are either equal to 45 and above, and that puts you under and categorizes you under an MD customer, which means that you will now require what we call an MD meter. That's why if you see me, Victor, usually before you are being metered, there's a survey period where the map would come to your premises to survey your premises to determine the kind of meter based on your load and of course advise you appropriately. So that's how it used to be in the past. But all of this is being taken care of at the point of approval, where you make your request on that KYC, smart KYC site.
Right. Okay, so also talking about types now, or perhaps the configuration, what's the difference? Because I do hear of one-phase meter, three-phase meter. Break that down for our listeners.
Yes. Okay. So under the, I categorize it into two. That's the non-MD and the MD. So under the non-MD, you have the prepaid and the postpaid. Now, under the postpaid, in the past we used to have what people refer to as the mechanical type of meter, the analog meter, where we read it postpaid after the customer has used that consumption. Although it's important to state that those kind of meters rather are gradually being phased out.
Okay.
So we're moving to more smart meters, which are the prepaid meters that people are currently buying. And of course, the reason is because, of course, technology is improving. And of course, for our payment platform to be able to support those meters, customers are expected to key into the current smart meters that are being sold. Okay. Right. So that's under the non-MD meters. Now, under the MD meters too, you also have prepaid and postpaid. That's the MD meter whereby reading is being taken after consumption. That's postpaid. Then you now have prepaid, where the customer has to vend on the meter before he uses the service. Right. So that's how we have it: prepaid and postpaid, both under non-MD and MD customers.
Right. So when you look at the state of things with metering services under Ikeja right now, how far have you gone to ensure that every tenement, every abode is metered?
Okay. So as per what we're doing, Victor, we wouldn't stop preaching to our customers that metering is very key, especially if you're still talking about estimation. You're complaining that you do not agree with your bill, whether you're a maximum demand customer or a non-MD customer. That's a non-maximum demand customer. It's expected for you to key into metering, okay, regardless of which category of customer you fall under. So, and that's why we encourage people to go to Smart KYC. From time to time, customers are registering, customers are applying, and they are getting metered even as we speak, Victor. People are getting metered. People are going to the site and getting it done on their own. So we encourage people to do that. And like I said, it is open and customers can key into it.
All right. So that means we've gone very far. But in terms of, I just needed some kind of figures. Do you have any figures to justify how many of your areas that you cover? How far have we gone? Are we up to 60%? Or what does it look like?
No, in places like Shomolu Business Unit, for example, we have exceeded 80% in terms of metering. But like you very well know, you don't exhaust the process, because there will always be new demand. There's new accounts opening. There will always be development. People, building new premises and of course demanding meter. But in terms of percentage, we've exceeded 80%. In areas like Ikeja BU, we've exceeded 90%. So in metering, we're doing very well. Areas like Ikorodu, which you might be curious about, we've exceeded 70% in areas like that. So, same for places like
Akomojo, right?
Akomojo, exactly. I was just going to go there. Same for places like Akomojo too. We have also exceeded 70% metering. So we're closing the gap, the metering gap, and of course we encourage our customers to do this, because we want to eradicate the issue of people saying their bills are high, or they don't agree with whatever it is that they are getting. Right. I mean, it's equally easier for the business too to operate when customers, when we don't have all of these discrepancies and disagreement as per what customers are being billed.
So people that are listening to us this morning and they are thinking, okay, well, the right thing, or perhaps the right way to go, is to get an electric meter, and they now go to your offices around Lagos today. Do you guys have what it takes to meter every tenement?
Yes, every customer.
Yes.
The answer to that question is yes. And let me explain further, Victor. So what we have done is to make this metering process as transparent as possible. So unlike the past where customers sometimes you hear a customer calling and said, okay, I've paid and I've not been metered. What we have done is to make the site just like an online commercial payment site. So what do I mean by that? Okay, you go to this site and before you even pay for the meter, you are seeing the stock. You can only pay when the meter is available on the site. So for instance, you are logged into smartkyc.ikejaelectric.com. You have passed through the KYC stage and you're now at the stage of paying for the meter. Before you make the payment, you are only allowed to pay when the vendors have stock. So it means that your payments will not even go through if stock is not available. So at any given time, once you get to that site, once you pay, you are sure that you're going to get the meter because you are only able to pay because the stock is available. And is the stock available? Yes. People are going to that site and they are paying every day to get metered.
All right. I know that some people are trying to also connect with us this morning. Let's see if we can take some calls as well. Hello there. Good morning.
Hello, good morning, Mr. Victor.
Good morning. Who am I speaking with?
My name is Andrew.
Andrew, okay.
I heard all what she said from the first one. Okay. She said when you asked if the light has been restored, yes, it was restored on the 30th of August.
Okay.
Let me say facts. That question you asked her, do they have capacity to give light to meter to everybody? I say no. I will give you reason for that.
Why?
But on this one, the light, that cable she's talking about is in the premises of the undertaking. That cable, I found out that the cable is more than 40 years. That cable has been there. It got erupted around on the 1st of July.
Okay.
And between 1st of July and the 9th of July, we are not having light without information.
So let me find out from you, Andrew. Hold on. Andrew, where's your location? She was asking where the location is.
Amodofi. That is the location is Amodofi. The light was restored on the 30th. That's about it.
So where in Amodofi? That's what she's asking.
Where in Amodofi?
It's not far from the NEPA rail. It's not far from the undertaking.
Okay, so within
we know what is going on there.
What's the name of your street, sir? What's the name of your? Where do you live exactly in Amodofi?
On the 9th.
Andrew, hold on.
Of July.
Andrew, where's your location? Where's the location? What's the streets under Amodofi?
It does not have streets. It has blocks. It has areas.
Okay, which part of Amodofi is this?
Which areas? Which areas?
Is Amodofi. When you say zone F, the NEPA people, they know it.
Okay, zone F in Amodofi.
Yes.
Okay.
Now, what I'm saying is the light went off on the 1st of July. We don't know what happened. The second, we now went there, they said they will put it on. I found out independently. I happened to know it was an eruption, mistake and come, and that cable is more than 40 years. They tried all their means before they got a replacement. It took them 4 days before Ikeja Electric answered them. They now replaced it. Now fine. They restored the light on the 9th of July. Between 9th of July, this thing went off again on the 23rd of August. I have what I use in monitoring it. Now, between that time is 53 days. Out of those 53 days, I said 6 weeks. Out of those 53 days, for 46 days, we were having light. We were not having light. We were supposed to have light even 24 hours, which is about 1,104 hours. Between that time, it was only 11 days cumulatively. That's 264 hours we had light out of those 53 days.
All right, so
now the light went off.
Right.
That same incident happened again. The cable that was erupted.
But you said now that it has been finally corrected now, Andrew.
But the same thing again, they are doing the same thing. Why don't they change this whole thing once and for all?
Okay.
That is one.
All right.
Two, on the question you asked her, can they meter everybody? They can't meter everybody. It's deceiving people with the obvious.
How do you know that?
Why don't they do it with equity?
Okay.
The way they did it in Ikeja, that is Eco Electricity, they went to house to give them a meter. Those that don't want, they say they don't want. They want prepaid. They want a postpaid. Those that want prepaid, they gave it to them. Some part of Shuaibu, under Iko, they did it like that. Why can't Ikeja do it like that? Thank you.
Thank you so much for your contribution. So he's raised up a whole lot of concerns here, Halimah. So you still need to go back to that particular location. It says zone 6?
Yeah, he said zone F. Actually, he said zone F.
Yes, zone F.
Yeah, and he said, first of all, it went out 1st of July. But the information available to me, which we can still check, because there's something called an availability report. Mr. Andrew can actually approach the undertaking to get the availability report. So maybe he's not at home all the time, but from the information I have, there hasn't been any time when they've been out for 6 weeks straight.
Okay.
There's none like that, and they don't have any place that is currently out under the Amuodofi undertaking. So having said that, he also talked about metering. For as per metering, I'm sure he was referring to 2021-22, where we had the national mass metering scheme. The same thing happened under Ikeja Electric, where the federal government gave out free meters. That scheme for now is on hold. We don't have such arrangements with the federal government now. Once that is available, we would inform our customers. But for customers who are willing to pay for meters are available. If Mr. Andrew goes to the site this morning and he registers and is willing to pay, or he has an existing account, he can go ahead and pay for a meter and he'll get it 10 days. Sometimes for some customers, there's somebody I know somewhere around under the Shomulu network who got it in less than even 10 days from the day of payment. So yes.
All right. Okay, just hold on 1 second. We're going to take a short break right now. Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM, Ikeja Electric and you is the program. And Halimah Shuaibu is External Communications Coordinator for Ikeja Electric. A brief break, we'll be back.
My brother, what is the problem with these NEPA people? They have disconnected my light again.
There's nothing like NEPA again. It's Ikeja Electric. Did you connect illegally?
I only called one electrician nearby to connect it for me.
What? You and that electrician are joking with 21 years imprisonment. It's illegal to connect or reconnect yourself or carry out any form of activity on Ikeja Electric network. Doing so will not only cause damage, it can lead to electric shock and electrocution.
21 years imprisonment, electrocution, God forbid. Please, I'm going to contact Ikeja Electric right now for proper connection to stay alive peacefully with my family.
If you want to connect or reconnect light, kindly contact Ikeja Electric's nearest office to you and also report any energy theft you notice around you through Ikeja Electric's customer care numbers 01-488-3900, 01-7000-250 and 0700-022-5543 or send an email to customercare@ikejaelectric.com. Ikeja Electric, bringing energy to life.
Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM, Ikeja Electric and you is the program. Aja corridor still looking good at the moment, and then we can tell you also Lekki Aja not bad at all. And then those of you who are navigating through the Ojota corridor, it's a slow one at this time. All we can see is very, very slow, both on the service lane, the main carriageway, and even the BRT. So we're wondering what's going on within that particular corridor. Allen intersection, it's just alternation responsible, but nothing unusual. We're still tracking that breakdown of a truck with tire problem at Alabara Go bus stop on the main carriageway in West Badagry. That one is also there. It's opposite Lasso Jaw campus, so it's receiving attention as well. All right, so I see with me on the phone, Halimah Shuaibu, who is the external Communications Coordinator for Ikeja Electric. Let's get back to this. We're talking all things metering under Ikeja Electric, and of course, it's taking us to the classroom. So, for anybody who wants to move into a new apartment, Halimah?
Yes.
All right.
I can hear you. Go ahead, Victor.
Okay, hold on. I have a call that is coming in. Hello there.
Hello, Victor. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Grandma Layinka.
How is the family?
We are very fine.
Time to rest.
Yeah.
The weekend.
Right, we did.
Yes. Good morning, Halimah.
Yes, ma'am. Good morning, ma'am.
It's not the last time I called that they said they will call me back. They didn't call you. But this morning, I want to ask, because I learned that, when you get the prepaid meter, whatever outstanding bill, I think they will distribute it on the prepaid meter. You will pay some percentage, NEPA will remove their own. But I learned, somebody was telling me that they say no, that they didn't do it, they don't do it like that again. That you have to pay the outstanding bill before they bring the
meter.
prepaid meter.
Okay.
Okay, sir. So a house that they put crazy bill of 680,000, I will get and pay 680,000. And now the landlord, that means developer, says he has got to pay for prepaid meter for this particular house. So now I want Auntie Halimah to do something. They should bring the prepaid meter, then distribute the 680,000 on the 6 tenants.
Okay.
So that we can have peace. So if they don't want me to commit suicide,
Please don't commit suicide, Grandma Laika.
that's not nice. So
Please.
you don't like this house. And I'm tired of buying fuel. I got the money to give me them at Ogun. The moment I'm well, I can buy 1,000 naira fuel again.
I understand, ma.
That's killing me.
Okay.
That's killing me.
Okay, ma.
All right, Grandma Laika.
Mommy, where's your location? Mommy, where's your location?
That's Ogba. She's in
Ogba, okay.
Balogun.
Balogun Ogba. Okay, Mommy, this time around you will receive the call.
Okay, so
Apologies,
we'll
ma.
put your
Apologies
call.
for the experience.
We'll give your number to Halimah, and then she'll call you, Grandma Laika. Thank you so much.
Okay, Grandma, my apologies for the experience, but be assured that 680,000 naira would be migrated onto the meter after it has been installed. And please tell the developer that the process is still in place. Once he gets the meter, once the house or premises gets metered, he would the outstanding will be factored into the meter. So it's for them to determine how they want to do it, how they want it spread. Since you're talking about 6 meters, so Grandma, that process is still on. Please disregard any information that says otherwise.
Okay, so if there's any debt on any meter,
yes.
Once you get a meter to that house, it's going to be spread on that meter. You'll be paying it gradually.
Absolutely, ma. Absolutely, ma. So that process is still in place.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Grandma Laika.
Apologies for that. We're going to give you a call. I'm going to give you a call to give you more clarification.
Yes. Thank you, ma.
All right.
Thank you.
Yes, ma.
Uncle Victor.
Okay, then. Thank you. So, for those who are moving into a new apartment quickly, what are they supposed to do?
Okay. So you can see from what Grandma has just said, you firstly have to look at if there's an outstanding. So, I mean, if you are a new tenant, you don't want to inherit issues relating to outstanding. So be sure that the owner of the property is either willing to take care of that, or he resolved that with the previous tenant, and the issues of outstanding is taken care of. Then if you're moving into a house that has a prepaid meter, okay, you still have to look into the history of the meter. So there could be a case of loss of revenue, or there could have been a case of theft at some point where that loss of revenue is being factored onto that meter. You need to get that information by approaching customer care. So it doesn't matter even if you go to a house where there's a prepaid meter, you still have to get the history of that meter and to be sure that there's no outstanding. And if there is, that has to be resolved with the owner of the property before you move in. So whether prepaid or postpaid, please ensure you do your due diligence by approaching the customer care to get whatever information that is relevant.
I have some questions here for you. This one says, good morning, Traffic Radio. It says, what types of meters are currently available for customers under Ikeja Electric, and what are the key differences between these meter types? I think you've talked about that before now. This one says, good morning, happy new week. Halimah said, could you elaborate on the Meter Asset Provider MAP scheme and how it has changed the landscape of metering services for customers under Ikeja Electric? Thanks. This is coming in from Bode. So, quickly, maybe you can do that in 35 seconds or 40 seconds.
Okay, so as for how MAP, that's the Meter Asset Provider, has changed the landscape of metering, essentially what the MAP and in the wisdom of the government the MAP is aimed to address is to bridge that metering gap. So while the National Mass Metering Scheme, which was aimed at giving out meters for free is no longer available, we still need to continue to meet people's demand as per metering. And so the government in its wisdom has said that let this be liberalized, let it not be one vendor, have more than like under the Ikeja Electric, like I mentioned, we have 6 when you visit the Smart KYC website where you can choose. The customer is also at liberty to choose the vendor, the pricing, all of that is within the customer's free will. So as per how it has changed the landscape, it has made this easy. So customers do not have to wait until the government says that meters are available for free. So there are customers that say, you know what, I don't want to have anything to do with postpaid or estimated billing. I want to be able to control or manage my consumption, and this is what the maps are there to address.
All right. This one says, what are the costs associated with obtaining a meter through Ikeja Electric, and are there any financing options or payment plans available to assist customers? Sandra from Akute sending that one in.
Okay, so Sandra, as for financing and whether there are payment options, so it's an upfront payment with the arrangements with MAPS. Okay, so there's no financing where, for instance, somebody pays on your behalf and then you pay in installment. That is not available. You pay upfront for the meter. However, note that regulation has also said that over time, customers would be refunded in form of energy token. Some customers are already benefiting from that, whereby those who paid in the past are being refunded in terms of energy token. But this is going to, of course, be done in phases. And from our observation, we noticed that beneficiaries are usually the first set of people who paid for these meters. As per pricing, like I said, because you have different maps, so you have different pricing. So I give an example. For the MBH, for example, the single phase go for about 125 or 126. Let's just round it up like that. So it comes to about 126. So the prices vary, and that's what we're saying, that Sandra, the customers are at liberty to make a choice as per vendor and even the price that they want to pay.
This one is very, very essential for you to respond to before we round up. It says, hello.
Okay.
It says, hello, please, how do we report officials who dupe us? Says collected 150K for meters and later said we should bring another money so she can go bribe some people. She didn't put the name, by the way. So how would you respond to that kind of...
Okay. So that's where we talk about whistleblowing. So this is very important. If you feel aggrieved that somebody has taken money from you, please quickly use our toll-free number to call. There's a toll-free number to call to report this kind of case. And Victor, let me quickly take my time and call the number because this is very important.
Right.
The number is 0800 847 6337. I'll take that again. 0800 847 6337, and it's purely for issues regarding to misconduct or any form of illegality, just like the customer has highlighted. You can also send an email to expressyourself@ikejaelectric.com.
All right.
Expressyourself@ikejaelectric.com.
Right.
For more information, please just visit our website. Just write Ikeja Electric whistleblowing, and you get all the details that you want.
All right. Then even as says, good morning, Traffic Radio. What can be the issue? It said, why are there no lights in Babajide Sanwo-Olu International Market, K2 bus stop, since April? Okay. So I think we can just encourage this person to send it to the whistleblowing app, right?
No, he's talking about not having supply.
Yes.
So what did he say?
Yes. He said, what can be the issue? Why is there no light in Babajide Sanwo-Olu?
He can please, he should just complain to the customer care and you get update on that location. Reach out to, there's an office on 53 Demon Street in K2. Please approach that office, lodge a complaint, or get to speak with the technical person, and then you get an update.
All right. We'll leave it at that for now because of time constraints. Halimah, Shuaibu, thank you so much for being here. We'll meet again next Monday. Thank you so much for connecting with us.
It's always a pleasure, Victor. Thank you so much.
All right. Ikeja Electric and you, that's the menu for this week, and I hope you must have enjoyed it. She's giving some options of what you need to do at every point in time to get a prompt response from Ikeja Electric. We have to go. Mike James has produced the program this morning. Maria Kennedy in the building as well. I say a big thank you to our social media team. Our executive producer is Tayo Akonli. My name is Victor Oteri. Have a great day.